Hello, and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I am your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Purr. And I don't know if I like being dragged behind a horse, but we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see. I don't
we'll
know.
see.
I'll try anything once, I guess. But I do know I do love my cup mug. I love having that here. And see how multi-purposeful this cup mug can be. You can drink out of it. You can put pins in it. You can put remotes in it and earrings in it. It's
It's
multifunctional.
so multifaceted, and
So you can get you one at LanaG'sCreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And if it's to the right of the screen, there is a QR code. You can scan the code. It'll take you right to the shop. Like the shop, favorite the shop, send me a message. Let me know you've been to the shop. And then buy the merch. Because we do ship internationally and domestically, so there are no excuses. Get your cup mug, period. And thank you.
hello, my name is Jack. I am the resident game designer of the channel, and this episode was such a drag and such trash TV.
Mm-hmm. In a very interesting way.
Yeah, in a very interesting. I will say, somehow we're talking about a drag race, not on the drag race
Not on
channel.
the Drag Race channel, but it was
So
a drag race.
it
Period.
was a drag race.
Mm-hmm.
Race,
Race.
race.
Race. Oh, we love when the two channels combine into
Just
one. Just merge them all together. But we are here talking Fear Factor, House of Fear, and Jack, 4 episodes in, and I'm still engaged. I'm still interested in this show. Why?
yeah. No, this is a very very good format. It's very simple, but it simply works, and that's all you need.
Absolutely. And so I'm excited about talking about this episode 4, and we're going to talk all about it. But before we do, there are some things we need from you. If you have not subscribed to this channel and you're enjoying Fear Factor House of Fear like we are, and you want to talk about it, or you just like hearing us talk about it, subscribe to this channel because we are doing all things or most things competitive reality television. Right now is the break that we have right now because Fear Factor is one of the few things that we're covering on TV right now. Um,
Give it like 2 weeks, and
but two
honestly,
weeks
not
later,
even.
yeah, it's blowing up
Not
again.
even. We're already pumping up the Survivor content pre 50. Like,
Absolutely. We're getting our preseason Survivor 50 going. We have Australian Survivor coming. We have House of Villains coming. So we have things coming down the pipeline. And not to mention our Project Runway refill that we do here. And we have a new something that I'm excited to share with you guys.
ooh.
A new refill is about to join the channel. And I don't know if you all saw this, but there is a Netflix show, well, a Netflix documentary coming out of America's Next Top Model. And they're doing they're looking back at all of the America's Next Top Model. And we're going to talk about that documentary going into to kick off our America's Next Top Model refill. We are starting with season 1, and we're going to go all the way through and using our 2026 eyes, looking back at America's Next Top Model as when it is in conception.
That's
So
gonna go so horribly, and I cannot wait.
it's going to be very interesting.
Even like the more recent seasons of America's Next Top Model were like badly outdated at the time they were airing. I don't even want to think of what was happening at the very start because that's going to go in an entirely wrong
It's
direction. But
going to be very interesting to look back at America's Next Top Model and dive into it within 2026 and talk about it. But we're going to kick it off we're talking about the America's Next Top Model documentary that's coming out on Netflix on the 16th of February. So around that time, we're going to start jumping into our America's Next Top Model refill. So I'm excited because this is something that I definitely want to do for a while now. So look for that. But yeah, follow us on this channel though if you haven't done so. Subscribe and then follow us on our other channel at the Cup Pod is our drag race. Well, we are covering season 18 of RuPaul's Drag Race and UK versus the World. So we have all of those recaps going on, and I look over here and exit interviews for UK versus the World. We have our first exit interview that's out right now, so go check it out on that channel as well. Follow us on our audio podcast links, our Patreon. Join that. We got some fun things going on in our Patreon, and just follow us on our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky because we love engaging with you over there. And follow Jack and I if you'd like. Our handles are down there, scrolling down there at some point, somewhere. But yeah, follow us if you like. That'd be great. And I just noticed something, Jack. Our names aren't there, so let's do that.
Are they not?
No, because now they are.
I thought something was up, but I could not tell what. That's what it was.
Something was different. I said something feels different, but that's what it was. Yeah. What a drag. Good show. But let's talk about this episode because boy, oh boy, were the boys salty at the beginning of this episode. They were mad. They were big mad.
It's like someone actually took their mom out of the game and not just a woman who is a mom. And also, just like either being like, I can't believe that Blake betrayed our alliance that we set in stone and like he gave a blood oath for and everything. Like, he didn't agree to anything. He's even like, I didn't even tell them I was going to keep Tyler safe. I just said I'd think about it.
Right. And then they were like, if he wants to be the villain, then so be it. I was like, villain where? How is Blake the villain now because he didn't do what you wanted him to do? He's now the villain. He might be the villain in your story, but he's not the villain of the season.
No, we already have one of those, and he's not enjoyable.
No. And I'm just like, okay. All right, Ethan and Dita, y'all just want to go on, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he did that. He just, oh my God, they're just so mad. Juxtaposition, going into the other room with Lance, Damien, Danielle, and Blake. And Blake is like, did I just turn the house upside down? And they're giddy. They're like, yay! I was like, yep. That's the side of the house I want to be on. Because what do you mean he's the villain because he didn't do what you wanted him to do? What?
It feels like an overreaction, and we see that overreaction kind of just continue throughout this entire episode of like, oh, but Blake was so mean, and like he's such a villain for doing what he did. And
even the girl, well, Chelsea was and Jaylene like, oh, I can't believe it. Like, oh, I feel bad. Like, do we feel bad for Tyler? Yeah, sure. Sure.
Of course.
Yes. But like, did Blake purposely get No. She had an opportunity just like he had an opportunity to fight their way to be safe. She just didn't do it.
Yeah.
But it was just like, man, they were just like, we're just he wanted this and now he's gonna have to deal with it. And it's like, okay. Okay.
Sure. Whatever will have you sleep in the fear house at night, you can tell yourself.
Okay. Sure. Like, baby. But they start strategizing. We see Damien and Lance and Danielle and Blake were like, we just have to try to keep us safe and, figure this thing out. It'd be great. Um, I'm trying to think. Oh no, that happened afterwards. But just the challenge happens because honestly,
Yeah.
it's the challenge. The boys are still mad. They go to bed mad. They're like, we're gonna.
They wake up mad.
They wake up, they're mad. They go to bed mad. They go avenge Tyler and Darg. So they walk out to the challenge and they walk into this dusty desert and they walk in just dusty roads and dusty desert sands and everything. And they don't know what it is. We see a like colorful. I like to say, well, shuffleboard.
Shuffleboard, yeah. It's essentially shuffleboard.
Yeah, it's a shuffleboard, but instead of throwing a puck down the shuffleboard table, you are the puck, and they're going to have you holding onto a rope behind these wild horses, and these horses are going to take off running down this lane, and you have to try to get to the best point system. I guess it was like 10, 8. Can't remember the numbers.
The thing is, the point system is so useless because of the scoring that we have to look at here. It's just scoring doesn't matter. You just need to be the one who holds onto the rope furthest down without going out.
Right. Absolutely.
And honestly, based on how this was all set up, it feels like there was supposed to be some other challenge run with the scoring making sense. And they abandoned it because it was going to take too long or they didn't like the format or something and couldn't get rid of stuff in time. So they were just like, yeah, and you'll also score points. Not like it matters, but you will score points.
Right. And it was funny because right before they went, Lance had already talked about how big animals freak him out. He don't really like big animals. And so I was like, so we're doing something with big animals. Because the pattern has been every time somebody talks about their fear right before the challenge, it's usually that fear that comes up in the challenge. So because last week they talked about fire and then there was fire. Then they talk, now they're talking about bigger animals and they're big animals is a horse. But Lance is, of course, freaking out because he's like, I've been bucked off a horse when I was 7, and ever since then I've been very, timid and scared when it comes to bigger animals, especially horses. And sure, that would make sense to me. But of course he has to go first because the random draw.
Of course, yeah, pure chance.
Yeah, pure chance that the person
pure chance. It's totally fine. It's not rigged.
Of course not. The person who's scared the most needs to go first. Absolutely. So Lance goes. He's pulled down this road. He lets go, and it's the top of the head, which is what's supposed to determine where your points are. And the top of his head is at 10, so he gets 10 points. And everyone's like, yay! Front runner, you doing it. And then I'm trying to think if I remember the order. I think it was
I want to say it just to put us back to where we need to be here, just so we can actually look at the names, because once again, half these people barely get any screen time. I want to say that Rodney goes next and overshoots.
Yep. Rob then goes and overshoots. Blake goes and overshoots. And so then Dita goes, and he does not overshoot. He actually hits 10 points. And so now I'm like, okay. And so then this is where what Jack was talking about, where the points don't really matter, because now they're just basing on who went the furthest without going over.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly would have been a better thing to show on screen how close they were to the edge versus like how close, like what points they got, because I mean, we end up seeing in the episode, it's basically Lance is at the very bottom of the 10, and Dita gets to just about the middle of the 10. So Dita is closer.
So Dita goes, and so now Dita is the front runner, and then Ethan is the last boy because it is one boy, one girl who's going to win this, which is very much fair because yeah. So then we see why, and Ethan goes, and he doesn't overshoot. He goes, he slides, and he's literally right at the edge of 10. So he surpasses Dita. Ethan is the winner of said challenge with a
perfect score.
Pretty much perfect. Because basically, literally, here's the finish line. Here's Ethan. Like, literally, he's right there.
Yeah.
So
good for him.
Good on him for winning. Great on that. So then it's Damien's turn to go. And let me just give Damien her flowers. I love this woman. I love this woman on this show. She is so fun and so refreshing to watch on the show. Like, she's scared of everything, but she does everything. She is like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to at least get it done. Love her. So she gets on there and she holds the rope and she's gone. And they drag her and she does not overshoot. She gets 8 points. And I was like, word, Damien, period. And she's very happy because guess what? 3 of the dudes got 0 points. So she actually beat Rodney, Rob, and Zach and Blake. Because, yeah, they all overshot.
Yeah, I think Zach...
Zach gets like 7 points, I think.
7 points, yeah.
Yeah, Zach gets 7 points. So, but she beats all of them. So, good for her. And I think Johnny Knoxville feels the same way about Damien that we feel about Damien. Because Johnny Knoxville, every time Damien does anything, he's like singing her praises. He's like, yeah, Damien, look what you did. See what you did. Like, I think Johnny just really likes Damien because she's just fun. She's just fun. And so she gets 8 points. And then Jaylene goes next. And she starts, and baby, she don't even make it to the shuffleboard board before the rope is out of her hand. I'm like,
yeah, no, it's not good. Literally, she holds onto the rope. I think probably the rope pulled and it left her hand.
Yeah. It's literally, she's just gone. Just wasn't happening. So then Danielle goes a little bit. She gets to the shuffleboard board, but then the rope is ripped right out of her hand and she gets no points. And so I'm like, okay, Damien. All right, girl. We got Chelsea left. And Damien's like, Chelsea's been a beast. She's been a challenge beast and, doing really well in these challenges. So I'm nervous. And Chelsea's like, I got this. And so she goes. She gets to the shuffleboard board. And then the rope is ripped right on out of her hands. So with that, Damien wins the main challenge with Ethan. And I'm like, yeah. And this was a celebration to be had by Damien. She rolled through the dirt. She twerked it. She popped it. She rolled some more. She popped it again. I was like, yes, good for her. Good for her. It was so, even Chelsea was like, I can't even be mad that I lost because looking at how happy Damien is, it was so fun.
Yeah, I mean, for a moment, I thought Chelsea was going to take it as, oh, she's celebrating that I lost. But no, even Chelsea understands that moment. No, Damien's just happy as hell. Like, she just won for the first time. Good for her.
And she is the one who people will probably say she probably never win a challenge. But she just won. She won. Mm-hmm. And so she was so excited about being able to be the winner. And her and Ethan are the winners. And they're, good on them. And so they are going to go into the first look. And this is what we learn about the permanency of the drag you to hell. Because we thought maybe it'd be a one-time thing, but no.
No, it's here to stay, seemingly.
It's here to stay. So whoever they pick will pick the remaining 3 people to join them in the end game. And so it was going to be interesting to see how this played out, because as we see watching the house, Damien and Ethan are on 2 sides of the house, because they are definitely sides of the house.
Yeah. And everyone's a little scared that Damien is going to fold to Ethan's strategic mind, and everything is going to get messed up, and Damien won't have the right words, and someone will fold.
Right.
But I will say, unfortunately, I think the dragging works in the previous round, because there's now an obvious target that basically the person that you didn't bring with you is likely now going to go into elimination. Now it's just like, okay, so there's no way to protect anyone I like.
Right.
Or then saying, hey, I'm going to send you in, and then you just get to pick your opponents anyway. So this social game has gotten a lot more complicated, and at least in my mind, I kind of preferred the original format, but I also see why they're doing it, because now people don't like each other as much. It's
right.
More interesting.
It definitely is getting a little bit more interesting, and I don't know. I like it, but I'm kind of just like, I don't know. I understand why, why they're doing it the way they're doing it, and why they feel like this is the best way to do it. But I agree with you. It seems a little like this person just don't like this person, so they send this person out. Or I'll give you the power to do it, and you get to choose. Like you'll go in, even if you're my friend, you're gonna go in. But
then you drag 3 other people in,
and we try to get those people out. You just have to win, and it's kind of interesting.
We'll see how it plays out, because I assume it's going to be here for at least 2 to 3 more rounds. So.
Right.
Well, you know what? I'll say that I want to see how it develops, and maybe the show can prove me wrong.
Right. But now that it's going to be Ethan and Damien, they go into the first look, and they see what it is. And this first look for me didn't really say much of what this challenge was going to be.
Yeah, it was, there's a pipe up above, and this person catches a brain and then
screams.
Woods? Like, it was just, here's some woods. So I thought, they're going to have to run through a trail or something with the thing that they're holding.
Right.
Which is completely wrong. I don't know why that visual was there in the first place.
Yeah, that visual was totally not what the challenge was. And so Ethan and Damien are now discussing who they want to do. And Ethan was like, who's your no? And Damien was like, Lance. He's my ultimate no. And he was like, you know who my ultimate no is? And it was Dita. And to no one's surprise. So they were like, so who do we go with? Because Damien also didn't want to put any other girls in, because it has been 3 girls who have left this game thus far, and they did not want to see another girl go. She was like, I don't want to see another girl go. And Ethan was fine with that. Ethan was like, yeah, we don't want to see another girl go. So how do we do this? And so they were trying to figure out the best scenario. How do we go about picking the people without picking the people who we just don't absolutely know? And watching that visual, they were like, Rob is very physical, and this seems like they go do a lot of running, which he would just demolish, which I was like, this is very misleading. This visual that they showed, it was very misleading, because it wasn't that. It wasn't what they thought it was. And so Rob literally was taken off the table, because they were like, it's going to have to do with a lot of physicality and running, and Rob is going to eat that up.
Yeah.
Case.
The one thing I am unclear with this format, and producers probably are informed, ahead of time, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they can change what they're doing before it happens. Obviously, I assume the person dragged can decide on the fly because, like, they kind of need to, otherwise they're being told what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if they had known what this challenge was, would they have given it to Rob?
Right.
Because it seems like Ethan kind of folds because he doesn't know what else he can do besides throwing Rob.
Right. I think because when they were like, it's physical and they can run, there's a lot of running involved in this, and Rob is probably going to be the one. It would make no sense to put him in there. He kind of just like, they were kind of just like, Rob is off. So it was definitely between Zach, Rodney, Blake. And who else? They're like, we don't want to put a girl in there, so who do we pick? So then they have a meeting with Damien and Ethan and Lance and Dita. Those the two people who they did not want to go in, period. To strategize and figure out what's the best move. And Danielle felt good about having Lance in the room because Danielle was like, look, Lance, we don't know if Damien is going to let, Ethan direct her in the way that she doesn't want to go, blah, blah, blah. So it's good. Lance won't let that happen. So it's good that they are there. And Lance is kind of doing what his job is. It's just trying to figure out the plan and help with it without looking like he's trying to control it, because he's like, it's not my win, so I can't make any decisions. But, helping move the pieces the way he wanted it to be moved, because Ethan had a plan. He definitely wanted Blake in there. And he knew Damien was not too keen on doing Blake. I mean, she literally just gave him a foot massage earlier in the episode because he kept her out of that gross challenge the night before. So she really wasn't keen on putting Blake in there. But Ethan was wanting Blake. And so they had to try to figure things out. One little thing that did happen after the challenge, Rodney got caught laying on the ground listening to people talking, but he was acting like he couldn't hear nothing. And that was I was like, why didn't he just start acting like he was about to start exercising, doing some push-ups?
Yeah, there's a bunch of reasons why he can just like be out there for any particular reason. But he just decided to light it all ablaze and just kind of like lay on the ground and pretend he's a dead fish. Like, I don't know.
If I was laid on the ground with my face down and somebody said, what you doing? Even though I know I'm about to listen, I'm listening to people. I'm like, oh, child, I just finished doing a couple of push-ups. My arms are tired. I had to rest for a second. Whew, but I'm about to start again. I would have at least, or been like, my back is killing me. And laying like this helps so much. So just give me a minute, if you don't mind. Like, I would have just acted like this was the only way my back would stop hurting.
Just like, hey, I'm old. My back hurts. Can we do this? I'm not listening to anything. I'm so sorry.
I wouldn't even said all that. I'll just be like, baby, my back is hurting. And this laying like this on a hard surface helps.
Is helping.
So just let me be. And just moved on with my life. Like, yeah. Well, it was wild. But he was just like, oh, no, I couldn't hear nothing. You just letting folks know you listening. So now Ethan's like, okay, let me put that in my pocket. Because he be listening on conversations. And in the conversation, Lance was like, when they figured out who they wanted, because it finally came down to Ethan was like, I have an idea. We're going to put Dita in. And Dita's like, what? What? You hello? If I was Dita, I'd be like, absolutely not.
Were you
No.
going to bring this up with me before you did it?
Right.
Or were you just planning to like do it? Because like we got pissed at Blake pulling Tyler last time. Is it okay now because you're doing it?
Hello.
I don't get it.
And dude was like, at first, like, what do you mean? And Ethan gets his plan. Like, if we put you in there, you have the control over who goes with you, and you can make the decision, and then you can just go in and beat him because they're just extra confident that Dita was going to go in there and just beat everybody.
It just, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. But they was just like, so Dita was convinced by Ethan to be like, okay then, yeah, we'll do this. You can put me in, and then I'll pick the three who I'm gonna, and it'll be Blake, Rodney, and Zach.
Yeah, we can finally get a man out of this house. Which, like, yeah, you can.
You can.
This is a weird way of doing it.
But okay. So that's what they go with.
Yeah. Sure.
That's what they go with. And Rob is like very relieved, even though I think this is the one challenge that they probably could have got Rob on, because Rob is a germaphobe. Rob does not like germs. He likes neat. He doesn't like messy. And this was all about messy. Now, he probably would have caught everything, but jumping in that dumpster would have he was like, I have severe OCD. And I think him jumping in that dumpster would have been the thing that would be like, oh, God. He probably still would have won or been safe. But This would have been the thing that maybe could have slowed him down a little bit. But
a little. The thing is, unfortunately, I have so much doubt over it. Seeing how every single person has gone into every single challenge saying, oh, this is my worst fear. I don't really want to do this. And we've seen it like once or twice with some people who actually have fears about it. But even like Lance, who said like, yeah, I fell off a horse and like big horses and like this kind of stuff is like not something I'm okay with in any regard, was then fine during this challenge. During the first challenge. So, I mean, they realistically, they look for someone each challenge and they can be like, and this is your fear. Right?
Right.
No.
But yeah, those are the people that selected. So they have to catch a falling object, something gross is going to come out of this trash chute along with some bin juice and something. Then you have to take this item, run to the bin that's right across the way from you. You see, not the running in the woods, not a bunch of it, just right across the way. Jump into the dumpster and find the matching piece, like to the other soul. If pink fish head, find another fish head. A cow's tongue, find another cow's tongue. A whole rabbit, find another whole rabbit.
Find another whole rabbit. You know, the things we have casually on standby.
Yeah. I will say at least they were dead this time and they were not live because I'm so sick of them using live animals. So that's gross. But
it's something.
It's something. But so and if you get two of them, you are safe, you move on. Rodney catches the first thing, and he is the only person in the first round to catch something. So he has 30 seconds to find the match. Finds the match, he has a point. Second round, Zach and Blake. Zach finds his matching piece first, so he gets a point. Third round, Zach, Rodney, and Blake. Zach finds his two. He's done. He's safe. He's out. And Zach is not happy because he's like, every time I go into these challenges, Ethan and Dita are throwing me in these challenges, and it's pissing me off. So,
just to be clear, am I supposed to have sympathy? Am I supposed to feel bad? Because I don't. You paved this path during the first 2 rounds. You don't get to cry about reaping what you sow. So, I mean, it's like, oh no, Zach has to get in garbage water after catching thing. It's like, okay, and
we
wish you didn't catch it. Like,
right, I really wish you would have failed in both times, but all right.
Unfortunately, you've been completely irrelevant to this episode, so I already knew you had won, but like, God.
Yeah, Jack, I love that. I like that energy you just gave right there. That was kind of, because like, are we supposed to care about Zach at this point? Because I don't.
Have I been given a trait to care about with Zach other than when I was a teenager, I was slightly an outcast?
I don't have any friends, and I wonder why that is.
Welcome to the party. Like,
well, maybe if you weren't such a dillweed, you might have friends.
Yeah, it's just like small thing. It's like, oh no, why does nobody like me in this house? Spent the first 2 episodes targeting women for being women. Actually, no, targeting the young women for being the young women. And no other reason. And also being a dick about it the whole time.
The whole time.
I wonder why people don't like you right now and are going to throw you in over and over.
You set up your own traps. So
you place the rake onto the floor. You don't get to be mad when you step on said rake.
Spat, and it hits you in the face. Like, I'm sorry. I'm sure Kristen is sitting at home like, oh, nobody likes that. Oh, I wonder why.
Jaylene is enjoying it in the background, just going like, well, oh, this sucks. I'm gonna throw you in again. Oh no.
As soon as I get a chance, I'll put you right back in there. Oh, every time.
Oh.
Get out of here, Zach. Anyway, but unfortunately, Zach is safe. So Zach is safe and go back over there. The next round, Dita finally decides to join the party and catches something, and he gets his first point. Next one, Blake
does it again.
Yeah, Dita does it again. Finally decided he wanted to join the party. So now Dita is out and Dita is safe. And so it all comes down to Rodney and Blake. And I was like, yo, if Blake leaves right now, I would be so pissed. I would be so...
It would be a really, really anticlimactic storyline.
I've been so mad if Blake was to leave right now. I was like, oh, please. But they both catch theirs. Full rabbits. Was it the rabbits at the last round? Or was it the sheep's heart? Nope, it was the rabbits, because the sheep hearts was before. The rabbits. And so they jump into the bin. They both looking. They both pulling out stuff. But thankfully, Blake pulls theirs out first. And Rodney
is done.
You're done.
Yeah, that's just it. He's eliminated. And on the way out, he tells everyone that he was a cop.
And says, I knew it.
And literally, it's not relevant to any other part of the season.
Nobody. I mean, sure.
Rodney was never in like any sort of social group. He's not on either side of the house. He's just here.
Yep.
So this just kind of works to take him out, and then we move on to next week. Like, I wish Rodney had done more, but
I wish he would have done more. I wish him well, but I'm not like sad to see him go, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wasn't like, oh no. I was like, he gotta go. If him leaving means Blake can stay, then he needs to go. Because I did not want to see Blake leave. I needed Ethan and Dita to both be sitting there like, dang, we still ain't got him. Nope, you still ain't got him. You tried it. And you failed. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the road, and we're done.
But we do see previews where, of course, they're trying to make Zach is still mad, and he's like, Ethan and Dita are running his house. I don't like it, and every time they come for me, and I don't like it. But he has a chance apparently next week to do something that will put both Ethan and Dita in hot water and a little on chopping block because it's a team event, and all he has to do is blow it for the team and have the other team win and, go after who they want to go after.
I mean, if it's everyone on the opposite team is safe, suddenly there's only 5 people. Mm-hmm. And at that point, that means that 4 of the 5 of them are going into an elimination unless they change the elimination number at this point. Because
exactly.
Also at this point, nearly half the house is going into every elimination, which is fine.
It's fine if they want to do that.
Depends on what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see how this turns out and see what is going to happen next week. But I will say, you are never going to get me to feel bad for Zach at all in this entire game.
Just not going to happen.
That's not happening. But we'll be back here next week to see what happens. I'm still enjoying this season, the Fear Factor, House of Fear. So I can't wait.
Yeah, for a show about fear, this actually has been a pretty easy watch, all things considered. And somehow it hasn't really been that hard. So good on them for making a show like this that just works.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But we are going to be back next week talking about episode 5. We appreciate you joining us. Let us know what you think in the comments. Are you still enjoying this season? Let us know how you feel about it. Hit us up on our, subscribe to this channel, subscribe to all the channels. All the links will be in the description below, as well as our audio podcast links, our Patreon links, all of our socials at The Cup Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can follow Jack and myself. You can get your merch at lanagcreations.etsy.com. Scan that QR code. It's been there the whole time. You can scan it. And we are going to get out of here because we got more things to do. But you can stick around and watch our next video. Go, check out some more videos that we got out here. And we will see y'all next week. Till then, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Bye.